The area is the number of 1 by 1 squares that could fit into a shape. When finding the area of a rectangle, you have to find how many 1 by 1 squares will fill it. We do this by multiplying the number of B columns by H rows. B is for base and H is for height. In this case, there are 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our base equals 4. And 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. So our height equals 3. So we do base times height to find the area. In this case of the rectangle is 4 times 3. So we see that the area of this rectangle is 12 because we discovered that there are 12 1 by 1 squares in the rectangle. To find the area of a triangle, we use the equation 1/2 base times height. We do this by picking a line of the triangle to be our base. So I'm picking this line right here to be our base. In this case, we have a right triangle, so the tallest point of the triangle is clear, and we make that our height. Here is our tallest point of the triangle, and that is our height. Here we can see that since there is a right angle in the triangle, it is half of a rectangle. If we flip the triangle and add 1 to the other side, it makes a rectangle. So if we take this triangle and flip it to right here, we have a full rectangle. We are then able to find the area of the rectangle by using our base times our height and dividing it by 2. We divide the area of the rectangle by 2 because, as we can see, our original triangle is half of the rectangle. When finding the area of an acute triangle, we use the same 1/2 base times height. We do this by first picking a base. So I'm going to pick right here as the base of my triangle, and then finding the maximum height. Since the acute triangle does not have a 90-degree angle within it, we have to find the maximum height in the middle of our triangle. We then make this our triangle and flip it to try and make it a rectangle like we did with the right triangle. It's not perfect, but as we can see, it is not a complete rectangle. And to make it a complete rectangle, we'll get rid of this part and move it over here. Now we have a full rectangle with a right angle. So here's our height, and since we moved this over here, we still have the same base. And we can now solve for the area of the rectangle, which is base times height, and divide it by 2 like we did with our right triangle, because our original triangle is half of the rectangle. When finding the area of an obtuse triangle, we use the same 1/2 base times height. We do this again by finding the base any given base that we want. I'm going to pick right here. And then the height. And in an obtuse triangle, there's no right angle to be the height on the triangle, and there's no room inside the triangle to make our maximum height. So we have to make our maximum height outside of the triangle. We do this by making our maximum height and then connecting it to our triangle. Now that we found the height of our triangle, we have our original triangle, another smaller triangle, and one large triangle. So we're going to call the base of the large triangle big B, and the base of our new smaller triangle big B minus little b. This is our height. Now that we have each of our triangles labeled, we have to first find the area of the large triangle, which is 1/2 big B, because big B is the base of the whole triangle, times h. We then have to subtract the area of our large triangle, which is 1/2 big B times h, from our new small triangle, which is 1/2 big B minus little b times h. We subtract the whole triangle from our new little triangle, because then we will only have the area of our original obtuse triangle left over. To solve for this, we first need to distribute. So then we are left with 1/2 big BH minus 1/2 big BH minus 1/2 little bh. So here, these two cancel out, and we are left with 1/2 little bh, which will be the area of our original obtuse triangle.